Every day you wait, every moment you hesitate, time keeps moving. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and that goal remains just a dream. Never touched, never pursued, never achieved. But here's the truth that separates the ones who succeed from the ones who stay stuck. Big things are always built from small steps. Every massive achievement, every great success story, every life-changing transformation didn't happen all at once. It happened in pieces and small, manageable steps, one after another. The biggest mistake people make is thinking they need to have it all figured out before they start. They wait for the perfect plan, the perfect timing, the perfect conditions. But perfection is an illusion, and waiting for it is just another way of making excuses. The real winners in life don't wait. They don't overcomplicate things. They take what's in front of them, break it down into the smallest possible steps, and just start moving. Because movement creates momentum, and once you build momentum, everything becomes easier. Think about it. When you first look at a massive goal, it feels impossible. Your mind starts racing with doubts. You wonder if you have what it takes. You start thinking about all the challenges, all the obstacles, all the reasons it might not work. And the more you think, the less you act. But if you stop looking at the whole mountain and just focus on the first step, suddenly it feels doable. Suddenly it's not some impossible mission. It's just one small action. And when you take that action, you feel a sense of progress. No matter how small, that progress fuels motivation. That motivation pushes you to take the next step. And before you know it, you're further along than you ever thought possible. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who have it all figured out from day one. They are the ones who master the art of starting. They know that clarity comes from action, not from thinking. They know that the only way to build something great is to break it down and attack it piece by piece. And that's exactly what you need to do if you want to make real progress. Stop overcomplicating things. Stop letting fear paralyze you. Instead of looking at the whole project, the whole goal, the whole dream, zoom in. Ask yourself, what is one thing I can do right now? Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now, maybe it's writing one paragraph, making one phone call, setting up one meeting, reading one page. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be something, because something is always better than nothing. And taking action is always better than sitting around overthinking. Most people spend their lives waiting for motivation to strike. They think they need to feel ready before they start. But the truth is, action comes first. Motivation follows. The moment you start, the moment you take even the smallest step, you activate a part of your brain that craves completion. You trigger a sense of progress, and progress is addictive. That's why once you start, it gets easier to keep going. But if you never take that first step, if you keep waiting for the perfect moment, you'll stay stuck forever. Look at anyone who has achieved something great. Athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, leaders. They all have one thing in common. They don't get lost in the big picture. They start small. A world-class athlete doesn't wake up one day and suddenly become the best. They train every single day, step by step, rep by rep, hour by hour. A successful entrepreneur doesn't build $1 million business overnight. They start with one idea, one decision, one risk. An artist doesn't create a masterpiece in a single sitting. They put in the hours, stroke by stroke, draft by draft, until the vision becomes reality. And the best part? This works for anything. No matter what your goal is, whether it's getting in shape, building a business, learning a skill, or improving your life, the process is always the same. Break it down. Make it small. Get started. Because once you start, everything else falls into place. Once you build the habit of taking action, nothing will feel too big anymore. You'll stop being intimidated by the size of your goals, and instead you'll focus on what actually matters. Making progress one step at a time. The biggest enemy of success is inaction. The biggest killer of dreams is hesitation. And the biggest regret people have at the end of their lives is not the things they failed at. It's the things they never even tried. So don't let that be you. Don't let fear, doubt, or overthinking rob you of your potential. Whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you've been putting off, take the first step today. Even if it's small, even if it feels insignificant, do it. Because that one small step can lead to a completely different future. And the only way to guarantee failure is to never start at all. Track your time for a week and see where it goes. Most people don't even realize where their time is going. They wake up, go through their routine, scroll through their phone, handle whatever comes their way, and before they know it, the day is over. Then they wonder why they feel stuck, why they're not making progress, why they always seem to be running out of time. But here's the truth, time isn't running out. You're just not paying attention to where it's going. Think about it. If someone handed you $1,000 every morning and told you to spend it however you want, but by midnight, whatever you didn't use would disappear forever, you'd be careful, right? You'd make sure every dollar went to something that mattered. You wouldn't waste it on things that gave you nothing in return. But every single day, you're given something far more valuable than money, 24 hours. And just like that $1,000, whatever you don't use wisely is gone forever. The difference is most people don't even know where it goes. They don't track it. They don't measure it. They just assume they're being productive, assume they're working hard, assume they don't have enough time. But assumptions don't get results. Successful people don't have more time than you. They don't get 30-hour days while you get 24. The difference is they know exactly where their time is going. They don't leave it to chance. They don't hope they're being productive. They track. They measure, they adjust, and that's why they win. Imagine what would happen if you took control of your time the same way. Imagine cutting out just 1 or 2 hours of wasted time every day and putting that into something that actually moves you forward. That's an extra 14 hours a week. That's 728 hours a year. That's the difference between staying stuck and completely transforming your life. But you can't fix what you don't measure. You can't change what you don't track. Most people are exhausted not because they're working too hard, but because they're resting the wrong way. They think rest means scrolling through their phone until their brain is numb. They think it means binge watching TV until they can't keep their eyes open. They think it means doing nothing at all. But real rest isn't about shutting down. It's about recharging. It's about coming back stronger. If you rest the wrong way, you'll always feel like you need more. But if you rest the right way, you'll wake up ready to conquer anything. One day, your time will run out. Make sure you spend it building a life you're proud of. At the end of the day, it all comes down to this. How you spend your time will decide the kind of life you live. So starting today, be intentional. Cut out what's wasting your time. Take action. Because every moment counts. Now go make the most of your time. Your best life is waiting.